My name is Valentina Felici, and I am the speech therapist that will be working with your child this school year. I'll begin by giving you some information regarding testing that was completed with your child. So using the preschool language scale, which compares your child's scores to those of her age, her language skills are delayed. She fell below the average range for each of the areas tested and significantly below average for her total language score. Basically, your child's ability to relate meaning to word and word order and agreement is significantly delayed. She also demonstrates some articulation errors that should have been faded out by her age. Her overall speech intelligibility, which is how well she's understood by unfamiliar listeners, is judged to be fair to poor. At this point in the school year, your child has met 2 of her goals, both involving requests using verbal approximations. Goals regarding following directions have not yet been achieved, but are still being targeted. And goals such as increasing word utterances and using basic verbs have not yet begun. I would recommend that the goals be a bit more generalized for the upcoming school year. And by generalizing these goals, they would be made more attainable for your child, so they would have a better opportunity to reach these goals. Goals are measured based on the number of opportunities given in a specific session and the accuracy of those opportunities. So, for example, a goal targeting following directions, your child may be given 5 opportunities throughout the entire session to follow a one-step direction. So whenever I have the opportunity, I might tell your child to sit down. And if your child is following that direction and sits down, I would give it a check for accuracy. And once your child reaches that goal of 5 opportunities, then we would say that that goal has been met. So her accuracy of following those directions would be recorded, and then it would be used to determine if that goal has been met. Her progress overall would be monitored based on my data tracking method, used throughout each session, as well as a comparison of data from each session. So I will be looking at your child's progress holistically as each session goes on. I'll review and compare to how she's been doing in the past sessions. So depending on what we're targeting affects our session that day. So generally, I feel that targeting your child's goals work best when I push into her classroom, which means that I would gather my supplies and what I need for our session and go into her classroom and allow her to actively participate. This is because the skills that we're targeting in speech are also crucial in the classroom. So by pushing in, it allows for the process of generalizing these skills. So if I'm working on following directions with your child, such as sit down, that simple one-step direction, she may attain that goal in the speech room. But so she might associate sitting down with being in speech, but eventually that goal does need to be carried over into her classroom. So by doing it in different areas, in different settings, it would allow her to be more aware of it needs to be done at all times. This is something that, is expected of me in school. So that's actually a great question. Supporting our goals in speech is crucial to do at home in order to help your child generalize these skills, like I was saying earlier. So you can give her one-step directions, and you can begin fading out the number of times you tell her to do something and the help that you provide her to complete the step. So just take note of if you're telling her to clean up her toys. Every time, are you saying it 10 times? Are you saying it 5 times? Maybe spread out the amount, the duration in between each time you say it. So give her an opportunity. See what she does in between those times and try to remind her less and less each time. So you could also be a model for her when it comes to vocabulary. So, for example, if she desires her iPad and maybe she's throwing a tantrum and she's not using her words, hold the iPad up. Visually tell her, do you want the iPad? And ask her to repeat back iPad to you. And once she repeats it back, you reward her with the iPad. And this helps with increasing her vocabulary. So now she knows to associate iPad with what she wants, with the specific iPad. So, of course, I love staying connected about progress. I think it's crucial that we stay connected and we keep the line of communication open. I would like to know what you're working on at home. And of course, I'm sure you would like to know what we're doing in speech and how the progress is going each week. So we can plan to discuss something about every month or so, if that works for you. If you would like to talk more than that or less, that's something that you and I can discuss. If you would like to speak in regard to speech therapy, you can always call me directly. Remember, we're going to keep that line of communication open. But if it's something in regard to your child's overall IEP, then you can contact the child's case manager to schedule a meeting with the entire team. And you can find who the case manager is on your child's IEP. Thank you. Have a wonderful day, and I look forward to speaking with you again about your child's progress.